Have you ever tried a cake where the inside isn't dry or dense, but instead moist, sweet, and melts in your mouth, even though it's made entirely from vegetables? This dish is sure to win over even the pickiest little veggie haters in your house. Head to the kitchen and give it a try. First, I crack 3 eggs into a large mixing bowl.
Then I add 50 milliliters oil for moisture and 2 tablespoons sour cream.
I sprinkle in a bit of finely chopped dill, a pinch of salt, some ground pepper, and a little chili powder. Using a whisk, I gently mix the ingredients until smooth. No need to beat vigorously, just enough for everything to combine well. Next, I slowly sift 150 grams of flour into the bowl. After sifting, I add 1 teaspoon of baking powder into the bowl. Now I mix everything thoroughly. You'll see the batter become smooth and thick enough to hold vegetables without being runny. Now let's move on to the vegetables. First, I thinly slice 1 onion. Then I julienne 1 carrot. For the bell pepper, I cut it into strips. I finely chop the cabbage. Next, I heat a pan and add 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. Once the oil is hot, I sauté the onion until fragrant and slightly translucent. Then I add the carrot first and stir it briefly since carrots take longer to soften than the other veggies. At this point, I add the bell pepper and cabbage, seasoning the vegetables with a ½ teaspoon of salt, a bit of ground pepper, and a touch of chili powder. I stir everything well, then cover the pan and cook on medium heat for about 3 to 4 minutes, letting the vegetables soften while preserving their natural sweetness. After the vegetables are less cooked, pour all the vegetables into the egg and flour bowl. I mix everything well so the vegetables are evenly coated with the batter. Then I preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 356 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. While waiting, I brush a thin layer of oil onto the baking pan to prevent sticking and to help the cake develop a nice golden color. After that, I pour the mixture into the pan and spread the surface evenly. Next, I sprinkle a generous layer of grated cheese on top, either mozzarella or cheddar, depending on your preference. Now I place the baking pan in the oven and bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. When the cake rises, the top turns lightly golden brown and the melted cheese gives off a delicious aroma. That's how you know it's done. I take the cake out of the oven and let it cool for about 5 minutes so it can firm up, then cut it into bite-sized squares. Finally, I plate the pieces and serve them hot. When serving, you can sprinkle a bit of ground pepper and finely chopped parsley on top for extra aroma. Each piece is soft and tender with a gentle egg fragrance blending beautifully with the natural sweetness of the vegetables. The melted cheese on top adds a rich, creamy finish that's truly irresistible. It's delicious served hot with a bit of chili sauce, mayonnaise, or even on its own. This dish works great for breakfast, a midday snack, or a light meal for kids. Give it a try in your kitchen. You won't regret it.